Seattle Storm looking to defend their 2020 title. Katie Lou, Brianna Stewart, what can she do?
This team is about winning, championship mentality and culture.
Angel the Winds Arena in Everett, Washington, a Tuesday night in the Pacific Northwest for some WNBA basketball. The four-time WNBA champion Seattle Storm coming in at 3-1, taking on the lone undefeated team in the WNBA, the Connecticut Sun. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Everett. Dick Fain along with Elise Woodward and the comeback kids, the Seattle Storm. I mean, down 4 with 19 seconds left to Dallas, they win. Down 12 with 7 minutes left to Minnesota, they win. See if they can keep it going tonight.
Well, I think that they have proven over the last couple of games that they still are the defending WNBA champs. They still believe they should win every game, even when they're not supposed to. It's been really impressive how they just have refused to lose in this stretch.
And the player of the week in the WNBA, no surprise, you put up 36 and 11 against Dallas, you're going to win that award.
A phenomenal effort by Brianna Stewart, and she played 41 minutes, and it seemed like she never got tired. And the shots that she made from all over the floor, here on the break, on the run, inside the lane, from deep. I mean, she is doing everything to help her team win right now, including 5 block shots, which was really impressive in slowing down Dallas.
And the first player ever to 2,500 points and 1,000 rebounds. But they take on a team that can rebound and score tonight. The 5-0 Connecticut Sun coming in red hot.
And they have 2 players over 6'4" that can do everything just like Stewie. They rebound, they run, they shoot the 3. Dewana Bonner and Jonquel Jones both are averaging over 50% from the 3-point line. They love to fill it up. They're putting a ton of points on the board. They combined for 37 points and 17 boards. They are a tough matchup, and that's why they're undefeated right now.
Interesting coaching matchup tonight, though, as both head coaches are out for different reasons. Stan Hughes is attending his son's graduation from college. Of course, Kurt Miller has a 1-game suspension from the WNBA, so it's going to be very interesting to see with the assistants taking over tonight.
Well, the Seattle Storm are used to it. Gary Kloppenberg and Noelle Quinn took over last year when they were in the Wubble and won the WNBA championship. We'll see if Connecticut can try to match that.
The starting lineups in the tip coming up in just a few moments. From Angels of the Wind Arena in Everett.
Two games of hoops on a Wednesday night. We got your top 5 right here on WNBA.com at number 5. Dewana feeding this one right up over the top, and Jonquel Jones gets it to drop. The Sun get it done as Bonner drops the dime at number 5. On to number 4. Same team, and this time Jasmine Thomas is doing her thing. Great extension in the baskets direction as Thomas is upon us at number 4. At 3, they don't call the Dreams Home Arena the Carter Center yet, but give it time and a couple more of these dimes. It's Kennedy Carter to Elizabeth Williams, and such a beautiful move to the baseline. Gets Atlanta in at number 3, on to number 2, and we stay at the Carter Center. I'm sticking with it. Atlanta's defense is a dream, and on the other end, it's Kennedy doing her thing. A little and one fun gets Kennedy Carter in at number 2. But at number 1, the mid-range game is all the rage. Courtney Williams high off the glass with class gently in the hoop, and more and one fun. This one lands at number 1 on the WNBA.com. Come on.
Welcome back to Everett. 3-1 Storm, 5-0 Connecticut Sun. Nobody has cracked the code yet, Elise, for the Connecticut Sun this year. A perfect 5 for 5. How does Seattle do it? Give us your Carter Subaru keys to the game.
Well, I think first and foremost, they need to have another scorer emerge consistently to add on to Stewie and Jewel. They're both averaging over 20 points per game, but they need that third scorer. Number 2, win the 3-point battle. Connecticut is very good from deep. They're 2 big players, 6'4" and 6'6", Bonner and Jones, both shooting 50% from deep, and that's going to be key. That is where Seattle really separates themselves. And then number 3, you have got to rebound. They are one of the best teams in the WNBA, the Sun, at rebounding, especially on the offensive glass. They hit it hard, and Seattle has got to compete there, especially with their smaller lineup they put out.
Time now for our Road to Recovery, presented by our friends at Swedish. Nobody for Seattle. Alyssa Thomas out with the Achilles injury for the season. Breann January, it's going to be a big loss for a little while with an ankle injury. Elise, is this kind of a game of pace? I mean, Seattle wants to get up and down. Let's run those bigs. Connecticut would much prefer to bang down low, right?
Yeah, the Connecticut Sun, their pace compared to Seattle is much slower. They're one of the best defensive teams in the league. And Seattle wants to get out and run, increase tempo, increase pace, especially with Jonquel Jones. Make her really get up and down the floor.
The Connecticut Sun 5-0 with an average margin of victory of 13 points a game. They have been blowing teams out. As we mentioned, the only undefeated team left in the league. And Jonquel Jones has led the team in rebounding in all 5 games with at least 8 rebounds. No individual opponent has gotten more than 8 boards in a game against Connecticut. We'd like to welcome our viewers joining us around the country on CBS Sports Network. Dick Fain, Elise Woodward with you from Angel of the Winds Arena in Everett, Washington. And this is the Marquee Network. Dick Fain, Elise Woodward with you from Angel of the Winds Arena in Everett, Washington. And this is the marquee matchup for the WNBA, maybe all this week, 3-1 against 5-0 on the season. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for the visiting Connecticut Sun. How about DeWanna Bonner? She just scores year after year, 19 points, 7 rebounds a game, coming in shooting 55% from three-point range. Breanna Jones and Jonquel Jones. Breanna at 6'3" forward in her 4th year out of Maryland at 12 points a game. Jonquel Jones at 18 points, 11 rebounds a game. Those rebounding numbers good for 2nd in the WNBA. And then the guard tandem of Jasmine Thomas and Natisha Heidemann. As for the Seattle Storm, you've got the Hall of Famer Sue Bird, 5'9" guard, her 19th year. It's been an up and down year for her offensively. Elise, a couple of nice offensive games, bolstered by that 21-point performance a couple of games ago, but then a 0-point performance as well, which we don't see very often from Sue.
Well, Sue is the consummate point guard. When she needs to score, she will score, as we saw when she put up 21. You obviously don't expect her to be held scoreless, and they're not going to win a lot of games if Sue Bird doesn't contribute between 6 and 12 points. But I'll tell you, her assist number, she is number 3 in the WNBA at age 40. She does not look to be slowing down.
WNBA Player of the Week, Breanna Stewart, tipping it off at Connecticut wins it. Jewel Lloyd, Stephanie Talbot, Mercedes Russell, the rest of the starting 5 for Seattle. Russell, the big inside. They have switched around, has Dan Hughes this year. 3 different starting centers now in the first 5 games, and it's Jones inside. Breanna Jones with a left-handed put back and up and in. It's 2-0 Connecticut, and we are underway in Everett. Storm back after spending a couple of games on the road. Here's Russell with it. Now to Talbot. Gets a screen from Russell. Russell slips it, goes underneath, shot blocked. Inside, nicely done there. Connecticut's long arms of the law in there between Breanna Jones, Jonquel Jones. Going to be tough to get some shots up. Here's Bonner with it. Bonner now topside. Jonquel Jones. Dribble handoff with the left hand to Thomas. Guarded by Jewel. 1 on the shot clock. Got to get it up from 15 feet. She can't do it in time. Good defense there. Team-wide for Seattle, but also individually by Jewel, recognizing where the shot clock was at in the last 5 seconds. Yeah,
excellent defensive possession for Seattle. DeWanna Bonner was caught. She's still tying her shoe. She was behind the play, so it was 5-on-4 advantage Seattle for a portion of that shot clock, but they did their job. Credit to Stephanie Talbot getting in defensively on the ball as well.
Breanna, now it's Sue. Pick high from Russell. Sue pulls up, contact there, and Sue Bird will go to the free throw line for 2 shots. Interesting coaching situation today, as we mentioned in the open. So for Seattle, Dan Hughes, the head coach, He is at his son's college graduation, so they're kind of going to split the responsibilities. Gary Kloppenberg was the stand-up coach last year when Dan Hughes was not in the wubble. Tonight it'll be Noelle Quinn, so Noelle is, consider it like offensive and defensive coordinators in football. Noelle's going to handle the defense, but she's going to be the stand-up coach tonight. Gary's going to handle the offense, so it'll be interesting to see how that works for Seattle tonight, but obviously a lot of experience with both of those players coaching this basketball team.
Well, Dan Hughes sings the praises of Noelle Quinn. When she was a player, she acted like a coach on the floor, winning that championship in 18 with Seattle, and now moving over a couple of chairs to be the assistant coach.
Jones with it, hesitates and goes into the lane and scores. Talbot was kind of caught in between guarding her player and guarding the ball. Here's Lloyd with it. Good roll by Mercedes Russell. Coasts into the lane. Mercedes hasn't done a lot of scoring this year, but she's been all over the boards and always just doing the little things whenever she's been in there.
And she's a player capable of having a big scoring night.
15-foot, little long by Jasmine Thomas. Here comes Sue on the push. Hippity hop dribble now to Talbot over on the near side. Here's Russell with it. Jewel gets hit in the neck by Jasmine Thomas there. Thomas didn't like the call. She thought maybe a little embellishment on Jewel, but there was definitely some contact.
Running a pick and roll, the most potent play in hoops to perfection that time. Russell just slip into the hoop wide open, and an excellent pass from Jewel Lloyd to hit her in stride. That's a basketball one-on-one video right there. That's just a basketball 101. This is how you do it. Here's Brianna Stewart. That's how you hit a face-up jump shot in traffic with Jones hanging on her. 6'4" Seattle. And Dan Hughes made the comment that sometimes he just likes to sit back and watch Stewie because she pulls out some shots. That was over. Sue with it. Now to Talbot. Talbot's going to pull up a three off the screen, and there's just topside screens everywhere, just freeing people up for both jump shots as well as rolls to the basket. 9-4 Seattle with a good start here against the undefeated Sun. Well, Seattle would love to get Talbot involved offensively. She's shooting 37% from the three-point line. There was a switch, so Russell had to guard the guard, Heidemann, and she got it down low to Jones for the jump shot. So Brianna Jones off to a good start with all 6 of the Connecticut Sun points. Jewel Lloyd from the same spot. Talbot hit the three. This one's a little long, but an offensive rebound by Seattle. Oh, Jewel back cut, and Sue finds her. Oh, just a little strong on the left-handed runner. They found a sweet spot with Jones here. Kicks it over to Heidemann. Thomas. Now Jonquil. She is bodied and fouled. Little reach in there. Got a lot of ball, but a lot of hand as well by Brianna Stewart. 6:16 left to go in the first quarter. Seattle out to a solid offensive start thus far at 3 of 6. Connecticut shooting well too, 3 of 5. Jonquil Jones, one of the dominant post players in this league for a while now. 18 points per game, 11 boards, shooting 59% from the field, including 57% from three-point range. So she's expanding that game as well. And the free throw makes it 9-7. Sue with it. There's the pick from Brianna. Sue into the lane, flips it up from 15, no good. Snatched down by Bonner. Now Jones fakes the three. You know she can hit it at 59%. The big 1-2 in the lane, no good. Sue on the push. Here's Talbot. Thinks about firing it across to Lloyd. Instead, the jump shot is up and in. How about Stephanie Talbot getting things going here? 2 for 2 from behind the arc. That early flow offense that makes Seattle so dangerous. They're #2 in the league in offensive rating, and that is why they can get you before the defense is set. Bonner working on Talbot. Always a tough defender. This time, nice little up fake and under move. Gets Talbot just out of position, and she had such good defense there for about 5 seconds. It just got a little bit out of position. But when you have
all-star caliber moves like DeWanna Bonner, you can be a really good defender and still get out of position.
Well, DeWanna Bonner loves getting to the foul line. And watch the footwork here. Steps one way. Talbot reacts right there. And that's about as soft of a foul as you're going to see.
I was going to say, not a lot of contact there, but
DeWanna Bonner is one of the league's leading scorers and has been an all-star multiple times, so she earned the call, and she'll head to the line. But she's been to the free throw line. This will be free throw number 30. Nobody else on her team has been to the line more than 12 times.
Kennedy Burke in the game for Seattle, and Kennedy just comes into games and contributes right away. It's amazing. I mean, she'll hit there's been a couple of games now where she's hit a shot within 2 minutes of coming in the game for the first time. Here's Mercedes inside shot block, second block of the game for Connecticut. Russell keeps it. Connecticut wanted a carry over on the bench, and I think they milked that call from the official there. The whole bench erupted for the carry. I don't think it was going to get called. So nicely done by the Connecticut bench to get that call, but Jonquel Jones with a great block shot there of Mercedes.
Now she has such length, and at 6'6" is a presence. She looks eye to eye with Mercedes Russell, and there's not many in this league that can do that.
Mercedes gets her hand on the ball, but Jones gets it back. 10 on the shot clock, 4:50 on the game clock here in the first. High-low pass. Jones on Breanna Stewart, and that's been a good matchup for Connecticut thus far tonight.
They can just turn, duck in, and seal. Jones can. Very adept with her back to the bucket.
Breanna Jones averages 12 a game. She's got 8 already on 4 of 4. Here's Burke. Now to Russell. 8 on the ticker. Puts it up with the left hand and good. Mercedes Russell just looks really, really confident right now and in a good flow.
Yeah, it's a good comeback for her after getting blocked the last time down. She went strong with her left hand, little baby hook in the lane. That should definitely give her some confidence against this tall matchup of Connecticut's defense.
It's a bounce pass stolen away by Breanna Stewart. 3 on 2 the other way. Jewel back to Breanna. Lay it up with the left hand. Brilliantly done. We talked about pick and roll 101. How about fast break 101 right there by Seattle?
Unselfish by Jewel Lloyd. Get it to the former MVP in Stewie.
There's Thomas into the lane. Jewel tries to get up and get a piece of it. She does alter the shot, however, and Sue brings it back up. Jewel now to Stewie in the corner. 3 ball up and in. Seattle up 8. 3:30 left. Timeout. Brandy Poole filling in for Kurt Miller. And Seattle's offense on fire right now, hitting 58%, including 3 of 4 from behind the arc. There's one from Talbot, and Breanna knocks it down from the corner to give Seattle an 8-point lead.
It is palpable. We're in the arena. There are fans in the building, and the future of this franchise is bright.
This team is fully together, fully healthy. Boy, they are going to be an exciting team to watch.
Well, one of those players coming back is coming back from injury, and that's Sabrina Ionescu.
Just really getting her feet wet. It's been a while since she's been able to get out and play.
Ionescu connects on her first 3 of the season. Nice look inside from Ionescu. Tried to gather that pass, puts up a long 3 herself and banks it in.
You know Sabrina Ionescu has the ball. She's going to find you.
First game of the season. The Liberty will have a chance to win this game. Tied at 87 with under 6 to go. Ball inbound to Kylie Shook. 4 seconds left. Ionescu, a long 3 for the win, and she gets it! Sabrina Ionescu! 0.4 seconds left. And the Liberty win the season opener here at Barclays.
Streaming live on Paramount Plus.
19-11 our score. Seattle with the 8-point lead, and Elise, just great flow both in the half court and the fast break for Seattle in the early going.
Well, they got Stewie involved, and she's hard to stop. 7 points. Jewel Lloyd, very unselfish. Back-to-back assists before Connecticut forced to call that timeout because Seattle in an absolute rhythm. One housekeeping note. Stephanie Talbot was charged with her 2nd foul. That is when Kennedy Burke came on the floor. So Breanna Stewart doesn't have any. And Talbot, who already has 2 threes, has been forced to sit down.
Randy Poole, the assistant for Connecticut, taking over for Kurt Miller tonight. He was suspended for a disparaging comment in the game on Sunday against Vegas. He will be back next game. Brandy filling in today, and we got a whistle and a foul inside, and that's where Connecticut's been doing damage on Seattle is within 6 feet from the basket, and that's been a problem for Seattle's defense thus far.
Well, one of Seattle's keys was to crowd them at the three-point line, because that's really when the Sun get rolling, just like Seattle. And if Seattle can limit them to going inside, as long as they're not going to get in foul trouble with Jewell Loyd picking up that one, they feel confident that they'll hit enough threes, they'll win that battle.
19-13 after the free throws by Jones. Sue brings it up. Gives to Stewart. Stewart backdoor pass to Jewell Loyd is knocked away, and Jasmine Thomas has it coming the other way. Doubled in the corner. Great double by Seattle. She does a nice job of getting it out of there, though. Ball reversal. Bonner loves these long threes. There is not a three-point distance that DeWanna Bonner doesn't like.
I don't think there's a shot DeWanna Bonner doesn't like. What are you talking about?
That's
she makes them from all over the place, and she's got the green light by Kurt Miller, Poole, whoever's in the coaching staff. They say go.
I didn't even say that was a deep three, because I've seen DeWanna take so many from 25 to 28 feet. I'm used to it. Here's Stewart from 10. Off the side of the rim, snatched down by Jonquel Jones. So out of the timeout, Connecticut with a little mo here on a little 5-0 push.
Well, speaking of Bonner, she's averaging career highs across the board right now.
And Jones right to the lane. They're going to give her the basket, and the foul on Ezzy. Ezzy Magbegor coming into the game for the first time for Seattle with a tough matchup tonight against Jonquel Jones.
Beautiful pocket pass to Jones on the move, and she is so athletic. Taking that in stride, the good hands, taking the contact, getting up and getting hacked. She sat out last year in the Wub Bowl. Not a bad place to go from the Bahamas, and she went home, but I said she missed her teammates, and they are thrilled to have her back with this undefeated squad so far.
Tiffany Prince coming into the game, and I mentioned Kennedy Burke usually scores within the first 2 minutes that she comes in, and there she is again, not afraid to shoot, and she hits them.
And it's crucial for Seattle to have production off the bench. Set your feet, let it go.
Here's Jones again. She's got 8 points on the game. That's her first miss. She was 4 of 4, and most of the points coming on plays just like that, backing down the defense. Prince now hesitates, 15 foot off the back iron. Thomas has done a nice job getting the rebounds and bringing it up quickly the other way to try to set the offense up. Jones gets a poke free by Stewart. Great hustle by Brianna. Brianna with a steal there, and Seattle's got the basketball, and Ezzy loses it. Here's a pass over the top. Jones has it and finishes easily.
Beautiful feed from Heidemann. That takes the precision of a shot. You have to drop it in the bucket, but good target with the long arms of Jones.
Stewie's hit one so far. This one's in and out. Offensive rebound. Burke gets a shot swatted in there by DeWanna Bonner. But Brianna picks up the garbage. I think Connecticut thought it might have hit the end line, and they kind of stopped, and the only person that didn't was Stewart.
Well, she'll take the garbage buckets underneath. Got to have a little bit of luck when you're leading the league to keep that pace going.
Stewie picking up where she left off. The game against Dallas that earned her the WNBA Player of the Week award. She already has 9 points in this one on 4 of 6. Stoppage here. Take a look at what happened here on the miss. Burke got her shot blocked. And Thomas stayed with it. She didn't think it went out of bounds. Thomas stayed with the basketball. She just wasn't able to get it to her teammate. 1 point lead for Seattle, 20 seconds left. 7-second differential right now. Prince now to Stewie. Got a great look straight away. Snuggles it home. Brianna Stewart's got 12 in the first quarter.
And you look at the body language of the Connecticut coaching staff, and the shoulders just go down. Stewie wide open from 3. You know she's not going to miss that one.
At the buzzer, Bonner in and out. So a fun first quarter of action. 50 points put up on the board, and 12 of them by the WNBA Player of the Week. Brianna Stewart, 5 of 7, 12 points, and a couple of threes, and finishes this one on a great pass from Jewell.
Nipsey Hussle said it the best. The highest human act is to inspire. And so to be able to inspire whoever touched me in a way that I didn't know it would.
Simone Augustus, one of the smoothest offensive players.
Augustus has another one.
It's beautiful to watch.
Minnesota has the rebound. Here's Simone in transition. Giant step to the rack with the right wing.
Look at that. Are you kidding me?
Augustus hits it and is fouled.
Like, the fans were always amazing. They know they always have a piece of my heart. I gave them everything in 14 years that I could give, and I felt that in return.
The leadership she brings, but also a light personality. It's a good teammate to have around.
She's as accomplished of a basketball player as anybody in the world.
Well, I love the game of basketball. I love the competitive nature, the friendships or the relationship that I've built throughout the years. Just the fun that we have, just to see the journey that we go on year in and year out of me individually and as a team.
You want to say something to him? Say hi.
That's why I love the game.
Nipsey Hussle said it the best. The highest human.
The WNBA always has a moment of inspiration before every game. Tonight was especially memorializing the 1-year anniversary of the death of George Floyd. The players kneeling in the darkness at Angel of the Winds Arena here in Everett. Welcome back. 27-23 as we start the second quarter of play. Tiffany Prince has it. 15 on the shot clock. She'll get it off to Mercedes Russell. Now Canada has it. Jewel Lloyd, quick trigger three on the way. No good. Snatched down by Bonner. Thomas with it. Jordan Cannon in the ball game, as is Candace Dupree. Dupree's got a tough matchup against Jonquel Jones right now. Heidemann tries to drive by Jewel, can't get it to fall. And we got a loose ball. Looks like it's going to go on Jones, even though Jones was the one that hit the deck.
Well, her and Candace Dupree getting tangled up. Dupree, the veteran, trying to get that position. She knows that she's looking up at a 4-inch disadvantage in height. And just look at her here, boxing out strong. Jones trying to shed the defender and Dupree, but picks up the foul.
Lloyd now to Russell on the pick and roll. Great back cut by Candace Dupree, and a good find by Russell. How about the floor game for Mercedes Russell tonight? She's doing a little bit of everything.
Yeah, it was good to see her back and getting in the groove with this Seattle offense. Played the first game the other night without even a single practice, but certainly looks in rhythm tonight.
Long pass inside to a triple-teamed DeWanna Bonner, and she's saying, get those hands. I got 6 hands on me right now. What's going on here? How about this pass by Mercedes?
The cut by Dupree. Once the defense looks at the ball, you've got the ability to sneak behind them, and Dupree understands that as well as anybody in this league. This is a key stretch for Seattle. Talked to Gary Kloppenberg before the game, and he said they've got to find more minutes to rest Breanna Stewart. She played 41 minutes, so did Jewel Lloyd in the overtime victory against Dallas, but that's a lot of minutes, and it'll start adding up.
Kyla Charles in the game, the rookie from Maryland. Here's Thomas with 2 on the shot clock, has to rush one up, and it did not hit the rim. So the shot clock violation, turning it over on Connecticut. It'll be Seattle basketball leading by 6 here, 29-23. Randy Poole, tonight's coach of the Connecticut Sun, with Kurt Miller serving the 1-game suspension. And Canada will walk it up. Prince coming around the screen, guarded by Heidemann. Now gets the pick and some body there on the switch. And that's going to go on Beatrice Montpremier, the rookie from Miami, who just came in a moment ago. Kennedy Burke to inbound. And they'll free up Prince. Prince with 10 on the shot clock. Canada thinks about a three. Now has to force it up as Prince was covered on the pass. Canada wanted to kick it to the corner, but Prince was not available, so she just had to throw it up, try to put it in, and it hit rim and glass. Connecticut basketball, and here comes Jones the other way. Gets tied up by Mercedes Russell, and another nice play. She's doing it on both ends of the floor.
Holding her ground on that possession. Pass here, and then she just gets in there, ties up Jones when she had lost the ball just for a second.
I mean, Brianna's got 12, but my MVP so far for Seattle is Mercedes Russell in this game.
And she's done a good job being active.
Here's Thomas off the back iron, snatched down by Prince. She'll run the other way. Nice splitting the double by Prince. Got caught in the air, however, against the big bodies. Jones goes down. Charles has it on the near wing. Thomas looking inside. Montpremier was open for a moment. Chooses not to get it to her. 10 on the shot clock, lobbing it in. Great catch by Jones, putting it up no good. Getting her own rebound and can't get it to go. What effort, though, by Jonquel Jones, that possession, the catch, and then just to get the shot up.
It felt like her arms grew about 6 inches on that catch. Like, how did she get that and snag it?
Go gadget. This one's no good by Dupree. I think I just dated myself there, didn't I?
That is pretty old school. About 20% of the people listening that even know who Go Gadget is.
Look it up on the Google. Here's Jones with it. Now to Thomas. Kicking into the corner. 3 ball on the way. Heidemann. She splashes it home. The lefty makes it 29-26.
Heidemann has been playing such good minutes for Connecticut. She's improved every year of her career out of Marquette. This is by far the most minutes that she's earned, and she's making them pay.
Canada's got it now to Prince. Getting late in the shot clock. Russell screens for her. She gets it to Dupree, and she just goes underneath. It's not fast, but it's so effective. How come people can't catch Dupree? Is it just because it looks so smooth that it's actually faster than it seems?
Well, she plays at her own pace, and right here she gets the baseline. And once you get the baseline, the defense is cooked, and she's smart enough to know angles, and she flips that up on the reverse with her left hand off the window.
She is so fun to watch. She really is. Dupree's played just 3 minutes thus far. Is 2 of 3 with 4 points, make it 5. And Seattle's back out to a 6-point lead with 6:27 left in the second quarter.
And Dupree, the 7-time WNBA All-Star, one of the best scorers this league has ever seen, top 10 all time. She knows how to find the bucket.
Jones back in, screening for Heidemann. She hit one there from before, so why not try it again? This one wasn't really in rhythm, but she still got it to go.
That improvement for Heidemann. 3 points her rookie year, 6 points year 2, this year 12 points.
Ooh, and Dupree is feeling it from inside and out. Candace Dupree, 8 points in 4 minutes.
That's what you call productive minutes off the bench. Come in, light it up, see what the defense is doing, and react, and she's done that well so far.
There's Jones with it, backing in on Brianna. Looked like a travel in there, but Jordan Canada got a handle of the basketball, ripped it free, and it's off the leg of Seattle. Stay here for Connecticut basketball. 5:35. Timeout on the floor. Seattle by 6, thanks to a little bit of everything from Mercedes Russell.
2 games of hoops on a Wednesday night. We got your top 5 right here on WNBA.com at number 5. DeWanna feeding this one right up over the top, and Jonquel Jones gets it to drop. The Sun get it done as Bonner drops the dime at number 5. On to number 4. Same team, and this time Jasmine Thomas is doing her thing. Great extension in the basket's direction as Thomas is upon us at number 4. At 3, they don't call the Dreams Home Arena the Carter Center yet, but give it time and a couple more of these dimes. It's Kennedy Carter to Elizabeth Williams, and such a beautiful move to the baseline. Gets Atlanta in at number 3, on to number 2, and we stay at the Carter Center. I'm sticking with it. Atlanta's defense is a dream, and on the other end, it's Kennedy doing her thing. A little and one fun gets Kennedy Carter in at number 2. But at number 1, the mid-range game is all the rage. Courtney Williams high off the glass with class gently in the hoop, and more and one fun. This one lands at number 1 on the
Tech fan Elise Woodward back with you. Everett, Washington, Angel of the Winds Arena. Breanna Stewart leading the way for Seattle with 12 points. But how about Candace Dupree off the bench with 8 points in 4 minutes? Getting it done. Layups, cuts, free throws, and a three-pointer. Long jumper, rather. Coming up on national TV, CBS Sports Network, Aces and the Mercury coming up tomorrow night at 10 p.m. Eastern. Sparks and Sky at 8, and followed by the Lynx and the Storm right here in Everett on Friday night. And then coming up over the weekend, a happy Memorial Day weekend to you with Mercury and Sky and the Fever and the Storm, 8 and 10 o'clock doubleheader there. 6-point lead for the Storm. Both teams pretty solid offensively thus far in this game, particularly high. My goodness, she's coming in shooting 57% from three-point range. That is well over 60 now, as she is 3 for 3 from behind the arc tonight.
And that one hit the window before it dropped in. Good recognition on the shot clock.
Deep three by Sue, in and out, no good. Thomas has it. Seattle nursing a 3-point lead. Double team coming on Jones. They leave Thomas open, and she snaps it home too. And that's pick your poison. You're going to double team Jones, and that's what's going to happen outside.
Well, Thomas is not shot a lot of them. That's her 5th made 3 out of 12, or excuse me, out of 13 attempts this year. A good percentage for her, and that's right. If you double team Jones, she can burn you.
Ooh, a traveling violation on Jordan Canada. She has a quizzical look after that call, but Connecticut's climbed the mountain again and tied things up. As I mentioned, both teams shooting well. Connecticut at 52% and 71 from behind the arc, 5 of 7. Seattle shooting almost as well, 13 of 27 from the field, 48%, and 6 of 10 from three-point range. So the two teams combined, how about 11 of 17 from behind the arc tonight?
Well, Seattle has been putting up some big numbers. They've also been giving up some big numbers, so it's entertaining.
And there's Brianna Jones, who just has been killing Seattle from the get-go. She's got 12 points, and most of that variety, just backing it in, and scoring. Seattle just doesn't have the girth inside when they don't have Ezzie in the basketball game. Thomas has it. Heidemann again. Look out. Boom. 4 of 4. From behind the arc. It's a 5-point Connecticut lead.
And you better watch out now, because Heidemann is feeling it. 4 made threes in the first half. We still have 3:52 to go, and Seattle needs to burn a timeout.
They do indeed. It's all Heidemann from behind the arc. 12 on 3-pointers for Heidemann. 4 of 4.
Bun, mayo, chicken pickle. The excitement is palpable. We're in the arena. There are fans in the building, and the future of this franchise is bright.
This team is fully together, fully healthy. Boy, they are going to be an exciting team to watch.
Well, one of those players coming back from injury, and that's Sabrina Ionescu.
Just really getting her feet wet. It's been a while since she's been able to get out and play.
Ionescu connects on her first 3 of the season. Nice look inside from Ionescu. Had to gather that pass, puts up a long 3 herself, and banks it in.
You know Sabrina Ionescu has the ball. She's going to find you.
First game of the season. The Liberty will have a chance to win this game. Tied at 87 with under 6 to go. Ball inbound to Kylie Shook. 4 seconds left. Ionescu, a long 3 for the win, and she gets it! Sabrina Ionescu! 0.4 seconds left. And the Liberty win the season opener here at Barclays Center by 3. Ice in her veins as she knocks it down, finishes with 25 points, 11 assists, 6 rebounds,
I had all dreamt about it last night. Try and not think about basketball too much the night before game because I get nervous and don't sleep, but I 100% had envisioned hitting a game winner. Walking into the huddle, I just was smiling because it was almost like too good to be true. I was like, I'm gonna hit this. I was just ready for the moment. You know, I've been waiting a while to get back on the court and just so happy that we were able to get this win.
Nipsey Hussle said it the best. The highest human act is to inspire. And so to be able to inspire whoever touched me in a way that I didn't know it would.
Simone Augustus, one of the smoothest offensive players.
Augustus has another one.
It's beautiful to watch.
Minnesota has the rebound. Here's Simone in transition. Giant step to the rack with the right wing.
Look at that. Are you kidding me?
Augustus hits it and is fouled.
Like, the fans were always amazing. They know they always have a place in my heart. I gave them everything in 14 years that I could give. And I felt that.
Tech fan Elise Woodward back with you in Everett, Washington, where the Connecticut Sun, the 5-0, perfect Connecticut Sun, have gone on a 11-0 run, Elise. And they are 5 of 5 from three-point range this quarter, largely thanks to Heidemann.
Heidemann just is playing with such an elevated confidence this season. Her third year out of Marquette. As she's moved into that starting role and has seized the opportunity. It doesn't hurt today already with 12 points on the board, especially when you're playing against one of the legends in Sue Bird.
Stewie drives, kicks it to the corner to Sue, misses the three there. Bird on the game 0 for 3 from the field, 0 for 2 from three-point range. Charles gives it off to Thomas. Lobs it inside, tipped away. There's Mercedes Russell again, getting a hand on a basketball. Brianna coming into the lane. Back to Burke. Burke thought about a three and decided, hey, the seas have parted. I'm going right to the window.
Well, and again, they pushed the tempo, got up there, got some mismatches, and then Kennedy Burke with the defense, not really in a good rotation after dealing with Stewart. She had a wide open lane to the bucket.
Charles checked by Burke. Heidemann loses handle of the basketball. There's Kennedy with it. Out of Sue, and Kennedy throws it away.
Telegraphed that one.
A couple times Seattle's done that. They've gotten the turnover and then coughed it up about 10 seconds later. Thomas around a big pick, hesitates, goes into the lane, and a late whistle. Blocking foul on Seattle. It's going to go on Mercedes. Stephanie Talbot's going to come back in for Kennedy Burke, who had a nice, solid 11 minutes, 2 of 3 from the field, 5 points, a rebound. You mentioned the bench. They're getting some nice production thus far this year. They got that rotating center spot, so you know you got 2 other good centers you can bring in. And then the 3 spot has been nice too off the bench, whether it's Talbot or Burke.
It sure is nice to have Mercedes Russell active and Epiphany Prince to add to that bench.
Yes, yes, and then Prince and Canada at the point guard spot. This is a better bench than Seattle has had in some years. Here's Lloyd with it, driving in, strong to the window, kind of just threw it up there. Wanted to get the call, didn't, but she scores anyway. Jewel Lloyd, believe it or not, her first bucket of the game.
She is so strong on the dribble drive and athletic, where she just can create in a very tiny amount of space.
I was thinking about Jewel today and just how much more polished her game is year after year after year. She just fine-tunes things that she didn't have the year before. Heel of the iron, no. Jewel tries to save it and does. Great hustle by Jewel Lloyd. Sue with it. Quick screen from Brianna. Pull up and good. All started by the hustle of Jewel Lloyd.
And a beautiful pull-up jumper by Bird on the move, hanging in the air. Just soft touch.
Jones and Heidemann on one side. They have been the Seattle Stranglers tonight. Bounce pass inside to Charles. Russell on Charles. Step back. Nice move. Can't get it to go. Stewie with the rebound.
Seattle had just enough of a deflection to upset that play by Connecticut.
Sue has it. Good screen by Mercedes. Here's Brianna, now gives it off to Jewel. 10 on the shot clock. Double team. Got to get rid of it. Oh, another nice cut by Mercedes Russell. She's fouled inside. Seattle has done a great job weak side, Elise, just making themselves available.
The spacing for this offense is allowing them lanes to get to the bucket, either on the back door or you saw Kennedy Burke on the dribble. But when you're properly spaced and you've got shooters on the outside that have to be respected, you have players like Russell that can duck in, and what a find by Jewell Loyd. She's getting double teamed and she just zipped that through the paint.
Russell short arms that one. 2 of 4 for Mercedes, 4 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And coming into the game, Mercedes Russell on a pretty impressive rebounds per minute pace. She is averaging 6 rebounds a game in just 14 minutes per game. So extrapolate that out. That's well into the teens per 48 minutes.
Well, Connecticut won an 11-0 run. Now Seattle in the midst of a 7-0 run here with less than a minute to go before halftime.
Inside a minute. Connecticut trying to tie things up. Why not get it to Brianna Jones? But it's ripped away by Jewell Loyd, and the foul, and probably a smart one. Even though Connecticut did have 3 players back, Seattle did have a head of steam going downhill.
Yeah, that is not a smart foul.
That
with
was
4
the bonus,
already
yeah.
there. I mean, Jewell Loyd's going to head to the line for 2 free throws. That's not one that Bonner wants to do again.
I think Bonner and I were both confused on the team fouls at that point. And Jewell hits the first 3-point lead.
Jewell Loyd is just so feathery soft at the free throw line. It's something in her career that you just feel when she gets fouled, it is 2 points on the board.
Charles with it, trying to lob it over the top. That's going to be tough to get it over Mercedes Russell. She's got long arms and a tie up down low. We got to have a jump ball here. Finally, we do. It'll be Russell and Jones likely to jump it up, even though there are about 8 hands in there on the basketball.
And again, Russell deflecting this just enough to disrupt the play. Seattle's defense has come up, touching the ball, tipping it, deflecting it, blocking it, stealing it. Enough, even though Connecticut's put 40 points on the board. This is a really quick pace. They've done a nice job.
Talbot, another hustle play. A lot of contact there. Do we have a loose ball foul? It's going to be just Seattle's basketball. They are going to get the loose ball foul.
Talbot says, I didn't go flying out of bounds for no reason, but it unintentional. Just one of those, the bodies go flying. Kyla Charles saying, putting her hands in the air like, what'd I do?
That was 2 players hustling for the ball, but Talbot definitely had position over. And
for Talbot, she knocks down.
See if Seattle can get a stop here with a 6-point lead. Seattle put up 27. Got 19 here this one. On the shot clock and game clock about the same. With 2, with 1, the runner by Thomas, no good. And I believe the shot clock expired before the game clock. Nope, they're going to say we have gone to half, and Seattle with a very solid offensive 20 minutes of basketball, shooting 52%. They put 46 up. Not too shabby for Connecticut either at 47%, but they trail on this one 46-40. Just a moment, we're going to talk to Gary Kloppenberg. Gary, you got us?
I'm on. All right, Gary Kloppenberg joining us. Let's start with the offense. And you guys seem to get into a flow really early in this one tonight.
We did. We're trying to really get them to get their bigs out of the paint, having a guard on our perimeter screen. So we've kind of been up and down, inconsistent with it. But I think if we can get our defense going at this end, we can get some runouts and some open floor stuff.
Well, your stars were really good in this one, but your bench, Candace Dupree coming in, 8 points, and you've got some really good minutes from a lot of different players. Mercedes Russell, another one. Good balance. What do you think of that, Coach?
Yeah, we want to have good balance, and this is a team, they don't go deep in their bench, so I think it's a situation where if we can rotate through, we can wear them down a little bit and get to that fourth quarter.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it. Good luck in the second half. Gary Kloppenberg joining us, filling in tonight, as is Noel Quinn from Dan Hughes, who is at his son's college graduation. He'll be back next game on Friday night. But right now, looking good for Seattle thus far. They lead by 6, 46-40. Halftime stats and highlights coming up next.
The excitement is palpable. We're in the arena. There are fans in the building, and the future of this franchise is bright.
This team is fully together, fully healthy. Boy, they are going to be an exciting team to watch.
Well, one of those players coming back is coming back from injury, and that's Sabrina Ionescu.
Just really getting her feet wet. It's been a while since she's been able to get out and play.
Ionescu connects on her first 3 of the season. Nice look inside from Ionescu. Had to gather that pass, puts up a long 3 herself, and banks it in.
Sabrina Ionescu has the ball. She's going to find you.
First game of the season. The Liberty will have a chance to win this game. Tied at 87 with under 6 to go. Ball inbound to Kylie Shook. 4 seconds left. Ionescu, a long 3 for the win, and she gets it! Sabrina Ionescu! 0.4 seconds left. And the Liberty win the season opener here at Barclays Center by 3. Ice in her veins as she knocks it down, finishes with 25 points, 11 assists, 6 rebounds.
I had all dreamt about it last night. Try and not think about basketball too much the night before game because I get nervous and don't sleep, but I 100% had envisioned hitting a game winner. Walking into the huddle, I just was smiling because it was almost like too good to be true. I was like, I'm gonna hit this. I was just ready for the moment. I've been waiting a while to get back on the court and just so happy that we were able to get this win.
Nipsey Hussle said it the best. The highest human act is to inspire, and so to be able to inspire whoever touched me in a way that I didn't know it would.
Simone Augustus, one of the smoothest offensive players.
Augustus has another one.
It's beautiful to watch.
Minnesota has the rebound. Here's Simone in transition. Giant step to the rack with the right wing.
Look at that. Are you kidding me?
Augustus hits it and is fouled.
Like, the fans were always amazing. They know they always have a piece of my heart. I gave them everything in 14 years that I could give, and I felt that in return.
The leadership she brings, but also a light personality. Just a good teammate.
46-40 our score. Seattle with a 6-point lead here at halftime. Hey, fans, this
The excitement is palpable. We're in the arena. There are fans in the building, and the future of this franchise is bright.
This team is fully together, fully healthy. Boy, they are going to be an exciting team to watch.
Well, one of those players coming back is coming back from injury, and that's Sabrina Ionescu.
Just really getting her feet wet. It's been a while since she's been able to get out and play.
Ionescu connects on her first 3 of the season. Nice look inside from Ionescu. Had to gather that pass, puts up a long 3 herself, and banks it in.
Sabrina Ionescu has the ball. She's going to find you.
First game of the season. The Liberty will have a chance to win this game. Tied at 87 with under 6 to go. Ball inbound to Kylie Shook. 4 seconds left. Ionescu, a long 3 for the win, and she gets it! Sabrina Ionescu! 0.4 seconds left. And the Liberty win the season opener here at Barclays Center by 3. Ice in her veins as she knocks it down, finishes with 25 points, 11 assists, 6 rebounds.
I had all dreamt about it last night. Try and not think about basketball too much the night before game because I get nervous and don't sleep, but I 100% had envisioned hitting a game winner. Walking into the huddle, I just was smiling because it was almost like too good to be true. I was like, I'm going to hit this. I was just ready for the moment. You know, I've been waiting a while to get back on the court and just so happy that we were able to get this win.
Nipsey Hussle said it the best. The highest human act is to inspire. And so to be able to inspire whoever touched me in a way that I didn't know it would.
Simone Augustus, one of the smoothest offensive players.
Augustus has another one.
It's beautiful to watch.
Minnesota has the rebound. Here's Simone in transition. Giant step to the rack with the right wing.
Look at that. Are you kidding me?
Augustus hits it and is fouled.
Like, the fans were always amazing. They know they always have a piece of my heart. I gave them everything in 14 years that I could give, and I felt that in return.
The leadership she brings, but also a light personality. It's a good teammate to have around.
She's as accomplished of a basketball player as anybody in the world.
Well, I love the game of basketball. I love the competitive nature, the friendships or the relationship that I've built throughout the years. Just the fun that we have, just to see the journey that we go on year in and year out of me individually and as a team.
You want to say something to him? Say hi.
That's why I love the game.
We're in the arena, there are fans in the building, and the future of this franchise is bright.
This team is fully together, fully healthy. Boy, they are going to be an exciting team to watch.
Well, one of those players coming back is coming back from injury, and that's Sabrina Ionescu.
Just really getting her feet wet. It's been a while since she's been able to get out and play.
Ionescu connects on her first three of the season. Nice look inside from Ionescu. Had to gather that pass, puts up a long three herself, and banks it in.
You know Sabrina Ionescu has the ball. She's going to find you.
First game of the season. The Liberty will have a chance to win this game. Tied at 87 with under 6 to go. Ball inbound to Kylie Shook. 4 seconds left. Ionescu, a long three for the win, and she gets it! Sabrina Ionescu! 0.4 seconds left. And the Liberty win the season opener here at Barclays Center by 3. Ice in her veins as she knocks it down, finishes with 25 points, 11 assists, 6 rebounds.
I had all dreamt about it last night. Try and not think about basketball too much the night before game because I get nervous and don't sleep, but I 100% had envisioned hitting a game winner. Walking into the huddle, I just was smiling because it was almost like too good to be true. I was like, I'm going to hit this. I was just ready for the moment. You know, I've been waiting a while to get back on the court and just so happy that we were able to get this win.
Nipsey Hussle said it the best. The highest human act is to inspire. And so to be able to inspire whoever touched me in a way that I didn't know it would.
Simone Augustus, one of the smoothest offensive players.
Augustus has another one.
It's beautiful to watch.
Minnesota has the rebound. Here's Simone in transition. Giant step to the rack with the right wing.
Look at that. Are you kidding me?
Augustus hits it and is fouled.
Like, the fans were always amazing. They know they always have a piece of my heart. I gave them everything in 14 years that I could give, and I felt that in return.
The leadership she brings, but also a light personality. It's a good teammate to have around.
She's as accomplished of a basketball player as anybody in the world.
Well, I love the game of basketball. I love the competitive nature, the friendships or the relationship that I've built throughout the years. Just the fun that we have, just to see the journey that we go on year in and year out of me individually and as a team.
You want to say something to him? Say hi.
That's why I love the game.
Hello. Uniforms are here. Ooh. 20.
Welcome back to Angel of the Winds Arena here in Everett, Washington. Dick Fain along with Elise Woodward. And Elise, an 11-0 Seattle run. Now Connecticut has trailed at halftime one time this year. Tonight, let's take a look at how it happened with the first half highlights.
Yeah, it was an explosive offensive half, that's for sure. 46-40, and down low they had some success. Brianna Jones came in averaging 12 per game. She's already at that number in the first half. Jonquel Jones, you can't shut her out. She had some really nice moves. There's Jones again. Seattle trying to get it inside, but Connecticut stymieing him on that play. Brianna Stewart, as usual, got in a zone. 12 points in the first half for the WNBA's leading scorer. Beautiful feed here from Jewel Lloyd. Both those players coming in averaging over 20 points per game. Back-to-back assists from Jewel to Stewie. And the Storm feeling really good about their 6-point lead here against the undefeated Sun.
16-31, 52% shooting for Seattle. See, we'll keep it up in the second half. Be right back.
The excitement is palpable. We're in the arena. There are fans in the building, and the future of this franchise is bright.
This team is fully together, fully healthy. Boy, they are going to be an exciting team to watch.
Well, one of those players coming back is coming back from injury, and that's Sabrina Ionescu.
Just really getting her feet wet. It's been a while since she's been able to get out and play.
Ionescu connects on her first three of the season. Nice look inside from Ionescu. Had to gather that pass, puts up a long three herself, and banks it in.
You know Sabrina Ionescu has the ball. She's going to find you.
First game of the season. The Liberty will have a chance to win this game. Tied at 87 with under 6 to go. Ball inbound to Kylie Shook. 4 seconds left. Ionescu, a long three for the win, and she gets it! Sabrina Ionescu! 0.4 seconds left. And the Liberty win the season opener here at Barclays Center by 3. Ice in her veins as she knocks it down, finishes with 25 points, 11 assists, 6 rebounds.
I had all dreamt about it last night. Try and not think about basketball too much the night before game because I get nervous and don't sleep, but I 100% had envisioned hitting a game winner. Walking into the huddle, I just was smiling because it was almost like too good to be true. I was like, I'm gonna hit this. I was just ready for the moment. You know, I've been waiting a while to get back on the court and just so happy that we were able to get this win.
Nipsey Hussle said it the best. The highest human act is to inspire, and so to be able to inspire whoever touched me in a way that I didn't know it would.
Simone Augustus, one of the smoothest offensive players.
Augustus has another one.
It's beautiful to watch.
Minnesota has the rebound. Here's Simone in transition. Giant step to the rack with the right wing.
Look at that. Are you kidding me?
Augustus hits it and is fouled.
Like, the fans were always amazing. They know they always have a piece of my heart. I gave them everything in 14 years that I could give, and I felt that in return.
Welcome back, Everett, Washington. Second half getting set to get underway. Seattle at 16 of 31. A solid shooting first half of action. Let's take a look at all the stats from the first half. As both teams really shooting well behind the arc, Elise. How about 6 of 8 for Connecticut, 6 of 11 for Seattle. And Seattle doing a nice job on the boards against a pretty big, strong team inside in the Sun.
Well, I think the big number to look at is 13 combined points for DeWanna Bonner and Jonquel Jones. They average 37 per game, so well under their averages right now.
Sue trying to get started offensively tonight. She had a quiet first half, 1 of 5. No good there, but Seattle corrals the rebound. Brianna kick back to Stephanie Talbot. Talbot drives in on Bonner. No good. And a loose ball foul. It's going to go on Stephanie Talbot. She's wondering what it was for, but obviously something was called there.
Oh, and that is her 3rd personal. And starting the second half, not a big deal with 6 personal fouls in the WNBA.
But with the way Kennedy Burke played, she might come in pretty quick. Here's Jones inside. That's exactly how the game started. Just feed Brianna Jones inside and let her work. Here's Jewel the other way on the run, and is fouled, and she'll go to the free throw line for 2 shots.
What a job flying the floor from Jewel Lloyd, and the Seattle team head up, looking for the teammates. I believe it was Sue who delivered that full court pass.
Jewel to the stripe, averaging 22 points a game. She's just been so consistent every game this season. She's 5th in the league in scoring. 38% from 3-point range as well. And knocks them both down. She's got 6, and 4 of them have come from the charity stripe.
She's one of the best that the WNBA has ever seen. 6th best in the history of the WNBA with 88.2% career free throw percentage.
Jones with it. Now to Heidemann. Guarded by Lloyd tightly, but Heidemann has just been money tonight. 14 points on 5 of 6. Most of her damage coming behind the arc. In fact, that's the first non-3-point shot for Heidemann tonight. Talbot with it. Got a lane. Flips it up with the right hand. No good.
Thought she had the space, but Jonquel Jones, the long arms reaching out to disrupt that shot.
Bonner thinks about a quick trigger 3. Now gives it up to Brianna Jones. Working on Russell. Spinning, firing, and hitting. There's too much size inside. Seattle having a tough time with her all night long. She's got 16 on 8 of 10. Russell now. We're looking for the backdoor cut. What pressure defense by Jasmine Thomas, keeping the ball out of Lloyd's hands. Talbot from 19, no. Jones has it. Connecticut starting to get a little momentum here. They trailed by 6 at half. They're on a 6-2 run to start, looking to add to it right now. Bonner gets around Talbot, who doesn't want to pick up her 4th foul. Heidemann off the back iron. It's her first miss from 3-point range today. Jones hands off Thomas. Driving in. Inside, Jones misses the shot, snatched down by Jewel Lloyd.
Yeah, they had the switch. There was a mouse in the house on Jonquel Jones. She just left it short.
Lloyd pushing the tempo and drawing the contact. 7:28 left to go in the 3rd quarter.
On this down low, Brianna Stewart coming out, just trying to disrupt because Jonquel Jones had a much smaller defender in Jewel Lloyd behind her, but
there's a hold that really didn't need to happen if you're Jonquel Jones. I mean, Jewel Lloyd was well off the ball, and she was going away from the ball, and Jones held her anyway.
The 3rd personal on Jonquel Jones. 8 points so far. Came in averaging 19.4.
Jewel with it, now to Talbot. Hand off Brianna. 4 on the shot clock. Sue sees it. Got to float it up. Oh, one leg in the air, and she snaps it down. Sue Bird, now 2 of 6 with 7 points.
She put that up there because she knew the shot clock winding down. Really difficult shot that she was able to hit.
Bonner working on Talbot. Off of someone's foot. Picks it up. And the official says last touch by DeWanna Bonner as it hits the end line.
Sue Bird taking a look at the shot clock, taking 1 step beyond the 3-point line right here on the line, but nothing but net. That's a shot you might do in the driveway with horse.
Talbot with it. Oh, Bonner all over her. Tries to drive by. Does pretty nicely, but can't get by both Bonner and Jones. 6:33 left in the 3rd. Thomas with it. High post, Jones picked off by Jewel Lloyd. 3-on-1 the other way. Sue's got it. She's going to coast into the lane, lay it up and in. And now Sue is up to 9. Slowly but surely making her way up to her season average of 10 a game.
A 3-on-1 fast break with Jewel Lloyd, Brianna Stewart, and Sue Bird. Good luck.
There's a 15-foot jump shot. Is up and in.
Ooh.
Here's Brianna, gets bodied there inside.
Picked up by Stephanie Talbot, and she puts it up and in.
Looked like Stewie might have turned her ankle a little bit, but she's okay. Definitely looked a little bit off on that play.
Bonner has it with 12 on the shot clock. Now Jones. Thomas guarded by Brianna on the switch, and Sue does a nice job getting a piece of that cross-court pass. Out of bounds, 5 on the shot clock for Connecticut.
Here the defense switching out and pushing into Jonquel Jones, ripping the ball, and then 3-on-1 fast break. The defense shading over to Brianna Stewart, left Sue Bird wide open, and Jewel Lloyd giving her the basketball.
Good
Another assist for
Jones.
Lloyd.
Of Hoops on a Wednesday night. We got your top 5 right here on WNBA.com at number 5. DeWanna feeding this one right up over the top, and Jonquel Jones gets it to drop. The Sun get it done as Bonner drops the dime at number 5. On to number 4. Same team, and this time Jasmine Thomas is doing her thing. Great extension in the basket's direction as Thomas is upon us at number 4. At 3. They don't call the Dreams Home Arena the Carter Center yet, but give it time and a couple more of these dimes. It's Kennedy Carter to Elizabeth Williams, and such a beautiful move to the baseline. Gets Atlanta in at number 3, on to number 2, and we stay at the Carter Center. I'm sticking with it. Atlanta's defense is a dream, and on the other end, it's Kennedy doing her thing. A little and one fun gets Kennedy Carter in at number 2. But at number 1, the mid-range game is all the rage. Courtney Williams high off the glass with class gently in the hoop, and more and one fun. This one lands at number 1 on the WNBA.
56-48 here in Everett, Washington. Dick Fain along with Elise Woodward. As the Storm shooting 47%. There's Megan Rapinoe. Stars in the building tonight.
Good spot. She's got the stocking cap on, shaking away her famous hair with the mask on. You can.
She's incognito tonight. Yeah, that was a good spot by our cameraman.
Mask and the stocking cap. That's pretty good.
Both teams shooting basically identical, 47.5% to 47.4. Both shooting well from behind the arc. Connecticut at 60%, 6 of 10. Seattle 7 of 13, 53.8. And Sue Bird has picked up the scoring load here in the second half because her 9 points is a lot more than Brianna's been doing. It's been a rough second half thus far for Brianna Stewart-Elise.
Well, 5 minutes in, but you're not going to hold her down for long. It's been interesting in this game, the defensive effort and focus on the Stars. DeWanna Bonner, she's been held in check, and Jonquel Jones for the most part has as well. Brianna Stewart with the 12 is right now leading the 3 of them. It's been Brianna Jones who's really exploded for the 16 points. And that power type of player down low, back to the bucket, really strong. That has been a bad matchup for Seattle so far this season.
Here's Jones inside, double team, gets rid of it. Hydeman extra pass, nicely done there, but that was an air ball. Seattle with the basketball. Brianna's been stuck on 12 really since the early stages of the second quarter. Here's Jewel with it. Good screen from Stewie. There's the pick and roll. Ooh, shot blocked. Coming the other way with Connecticut. Approaching the 4-minute mark in a 10-point Seattle lead. Seattle used an 11-0 push at the end of the quarter. They trailed by 5 with a couple minutes left, but had a 6-point lead at the break. Nice steal by Jordan Cannon. Nobody picks pockets like her. Here's Sue in the corner. No good.
Good opportunity created by Jordan Canada defensively, and then finding Bird out wide with her feet set, just couldn't knock it down.
Thomas working on Canada. 12 on the shot clock. The double team. Stewart and Jewel leaves the shooter open. Jonquel Jones, no good. Long rebound, Lloyd. Brianna steps into a 3, and that one's short. Can Canada corral it? Yes, she can. Back to Sue. Into the corner, Jewel. And she stepped on the sideline as she was attacking. Turnover on Seattle. That is their 7th of the game. Ezzie coming back in. Ezzie Magbagor for Seattle. She'll replace Mercedes Russell. Dejanay Carrington coming in. The rookie out of Baylor for the Connecticut Sun. 20th pick in the 2021 WNBA draft.
Played in Seattle quite a few times when she was with the Stanford Cardinal before transferring over to Baylor.
Here's Jones with it against Brianna Stewart. Driving in on Brianna and scores. Jonquel Jones, who's been held down pretty well by Seattle. She was just 2 of 8 before that shot there, but has now gotten to double figures with 10. And Sue blocked from behind. Canada loose ball on the ground. Got it. Threw it right off of Jasmine Thomas's eye. Thomas is stunned for a moment, but her teammates have the ball, and Carrington misses the shot going the other way. Lloyd has it, thinks about a 3, and will fly the 3. That one's short as well.
Man, we had such a high-powered first half, 46-40. It has really slowed down here in the third. Open looks not going down.
Here's Thomas, frees herself up with the dribble, misses the shot. And a loose ball foul inside. We're going to keep it here, and that's going to go against Ezzie.
Seattle played a deep bench in the first half, and Connecticut did not. Connecticut looks a little bit tired right here, and this is when Seattle should be able to take advantage. 4-0 run, 6-0 run. See Jonquel Jones kind of bent over right there, trying to catch her breath.
Heidemann against Canada. Picks it up now, high post Bonner. On the much smaller Jewel Lloyd, trying to body her inside, no good. Good defense by Jewel, and a nice one-armed rebound by Brianna Stewart, running the break. Jewel, great look at a 3. Got her legs under her that time. The other couple were short that Seattle was throwing up there the last 2 minutes, but Jewel snapped that one home.
Brianna Stewart could have taken that herself. She has been on that 12-point mark for a while, but Jewel Lloyd fed her 2 really pretty dimes in the first half, and Stewie getting in the lane with the ball, kicking it out to the wide open Jewel Lloyd. This is off a really nice defensive board. Beating everybody down the floor is Stewie, your 6'4" center, and then she kicks it out to the shooter Jewel Lloyd. Good teamwork.
No question about it, and Jewel, as I mentioned, has been just so consistent this season. Just getting right at that 20, 21, 22-point mark, and she's on her way once again after a little bit of a slow start.
Jewel Lloyd, 4 games played, over 20 in 3 of them, and she was so clutch, down by 4 against Dallas in the last game, a game that went overtime. They needed a big bucket, and who hits the 3 ball? Jewel Lloyd. It is a part of her game now in her 7th season as a pro after being drafted #1 overall. That was a part of her game that she had to get more consistent, was from the 3-point line. And there's no question that she has worked on that, and she has turned into a very good 3-point shooter. 38% from deep so far this season heading into tonight's game.
Well, it's got to be terrifying for Connecticut to know that A, they're down 11,
And that woman right there, Breanna Stewart, has not scored since the 13.6 second mark in the first quarter. I mentioned early second. It's actually late in the first that Breanna Stewart got her last points, and Seattle's still up 11. And we saw that against Minnesota, Elise. Earlier in the week, Seattle came back without the aid of Breanna Stewart before Breanna carried them to a win against Dallas.
Yeah, 13 points, but Seattle got the win. I think also, if you look over at Connecticut, DeWanna Bonner only with 5 points, 3 field goal attempts in this game. So Seattle's defense has held her in check.
Jones inside. This has been Connecticut's go-to play right there. Get Jones back to the basket. 2 or 3 dribbles as she backs her way in, and she's got 18 on 9 of 12, just like that all night long.
She has been unstoppable, and Seattle has not had an answer of how to keep her from getting positioned really deep in the paint.
Errant pass by Burke intended for Stewart. Connecticut down 9, trying to make it a 7-point game, and they do, and they can cut it to 6 with Bonner. And the foul's going to go on, I believe, Burke. Nope, it's going to go on Epiphany Prince. Correction, but DeWanna Bonner can't hold her down for long, can you?
She takes it baseline against the smaller defender. Remember, she is 6'4", but has the quickness to blow by any guard in this league.
Bonner now with just 8 points. That was only her second field goal of the game. So we mentioned Seattle up 11 without Stewart. Well, Connecticut's got a chance to come back into this game if they can get Bonner going. Ezzie back to the basket. Cutting is Burke, and the pass goes out of bounds. Last touched by Seattle, and the Storm are going to bring Candace Dupree in, who had a very nice first half and limited action. 6 minutes for Dupree. She was 3 of 4, 8 points and 3 rebounds. My goodness.
Well, this is a key stretch. Minute left in the third. Connecticut on a run. 6 points Seattle lead, and now Stewie and Sue Bird on the bench. And so is Jewel Lloyd. What's going to happen in this minute?
Crossover dribble by Bonner, working on Burke. That's a mismatch right there. If you start that far away from the basket, just too much quickness by DeWanna Bonner. Prince loses out of bounds. Boy, the Seattle bench struggling right now. In fact, they are 5 for 5 bench players out there right now. And we've been talking and lauding the bench in the first half, but right now it's just not working for them. Dump down Jones, guarded by the smaller Dupree. This has been a problem for Seattle, guarding the post tonight, and it continues to be. Jonquel Jones, 12 points, 5 boards on 4 of 10. It's a 2-point game. Back come the undefeated Sun.
I don't know why the double team did not come that time. They've been really effective at bringing the double from different places, and that time Jonquel was able to work one-on-one.
High pick and roll with Ezzie and Jordan Canada. 6 on the shot clock. Prince gives it off to Ezzie. Big shot there. Boy, Seattle really needed that one. DeWanna from midcourt off the mark. Boy, oh boy, Elise, after that run by Connecticut, that was a big shot by Ezzie right there with 4 seconds left. So Seattle with 10 minutes left. Can they knock Connecticut off for the first time this year and send them to 5-1 on the season? We'll find out coming up.
Games of Hoops on a Wednesday night. We got your top 5 right here on WNBA.com at number 5. DeWanna feeding this one right up over the top, and Jonquel Jones gets it to drop. The Sun get it done as Bonner drops the dime at number 5. On to number 4. Same team, and this time Jasmine Thomas is doing her thing. Great extension in the basket's direction as Thomas is upon us at number 4. At 3, they don't call the Dreams Home Arena the Carter Center yet, but give it time and a couple more of these dimes. It's Kennedy Carter to Elizabeth Williams, and such a beautiful move to the baseline. Gets Atlanta in at number 3, on to number 2, and we stay at the Carter Center. I'm sticking with it. Atlanta's defense is a dream, and on the other end, it's Kennedy doing her thing. A little and one fun gets Kennedy Carter in at number 2. But at number 1, The mid-range game is all the rage. Courtney Williams high off the glass with class gently in the hoop, and more and one fun. This one lands at number 1 on the WNBA.
Well, the Connecticut Sun closed the third quarter on a 9-2 run. It would have been 9-0 if it wasn't for the Ezzie field goal with about 2 seconds left to go in the quarter. Connecticut really controlling both ends of the floor in the final 4 minutes of the third quarter, but Seattle still does have the 4-point lead. Dick Fain, Elise Woodward back with you here. Angel the Winds Arena in Everett, Washington.
Seattle starting this fourth quarter with no Jewel, no Stewie, no Bird. So a lot of bench players in there trying to make a difference.
Fade away by Jonquel Jones. And a lot of starters on the floor for the Connecticut Sun. Not all 5. But Seattle's got 0 right now. Correction, Mercedes Russell did start tonight, so they have 1 starter on the floor. Jordan Cannon with the runner off the mark, and Connecticut can take the lead on this possession. Jones with it, working on Talbot. The big 1-2 in the lane, score it, and 1. Thought there might have been one too many steps before this one, but we'll take a look.
Talbot trying to reach in right here, 1-2.
Yeah, the big 1-2. It was just a slow 1-2. It was a deliberate 1-2, we'll put it that way.
For Seattle, they reach out. Not only do they give up the bucket to Jones, as Connecticut now on an 11-2 run. They foul her for a chance for the 3-point play, and the Sun can take the lead.
And they do.
And Seattle saying, all right, here we go. Stewie, Bird, Jewel back on the floor. The starting lineup now with 9 minutes and change to go in the game.
Seattle's biggest lead in this one, 11. Connecticut had a 5-point lead in the first half. This is their first lead since the first half. Let's see if Seattle can get Stewie going here. Jewel around a screen, she'll pull up from 18. That'll do.
Yeah, tough shot by Jewel Lloyd using the screen. Dejanay Carrington gets caught trying to fight over the top, and Lloyd made her pay.
Post Bonner. Although extended now to Jonquel Jones against Breanna Stewart. This has been Connecticut's game. Back in, back in, back in, all night long with the bigs. 2 on the shot clock, and too many steps. I don't know, I might agree with Bonner there. She's got really long legs, and it looked like that pivot foot stayed down the whole time until she shot the basketball.
Well, as long as she didn't drag that pivot, I don't think it's a travel.
I think she just stunned the refs with how far she can actually travel, keeping 1 foot down with those legs. Some of the longest legs ever in the WNBA, DeWanna Bonner. And she's still working on the official.
I still cannot believe that she had twins. I mean, she's 143 pounds at 6'4" after having twins.
That's amazing.
I mean, she is just a high-level athlete. I bet you she could run the 400 meter in about 56 seconds.
Jewel misses the free throw, which is very unlike her, career 90%er. But she gets the second. I do remember the one time when she missed both free throws. And that's why I remember, because I think it was like one time. About 3 years ago.
That time.
About 3 years ago.
It's gotta have been years ago.
Here's Jones missing, airballing the fadeaway. Rebound, Stephanie Talbot. Sue with it. To Russell. Good flow on this half court. Talbot. Now inside Russell. Calling for Jewel, handing off. Oh, brilliant give and go, and Mercedes can't get the money. Oh my goodness, what a well-executed play. They just couldn't finish.
Yeah, it was a beautiful setup from Lloyd to Russell. That thing just rolled out.
There's Bonner inside on Talbot. This is a long, tall Connecticut team, and they are using it to their advantage tonight, whether it's Breanna Jones, DeWanna Bonner, Jonquel Jones, using their length against Seattle.
Tied up at 66. Here's Talbot coming around the screen, gives it off to Sue, back to Stephanie. 6 on the shot clock. Brianna, can she get some points here in the second half? That one's blocked. Stewie still stuck at 12.
Taking it into the lane, and a lot of traffic and a lot of long arms there, and she gets denied.
Bonner thinks about a 3 against Talbot. Inside 7 to play. Stewie on the switch now. Jones, tough shot, step back, no good.
Well, that's when the switch is okay, when she stays out by the 3-point line. But Talbot at 6'2" was checking her.
Lloyd, oh, there's a beautiful move by Brianna Stewart. Can't get it to go. A lot of traffic inside, but it will be Seattle basketball. They have really been collapsing on Brianna Stewart well tonight.
Yeah, Connecticut's defense, one of the best in the league. And a lot of it is their length. 6'6" Jones has got a really long wingspan. Same with Bonner. Brianna Jones has been tough inside.
Timeout on the floor. All 6s up there. Connecticut 66, Seattle 66, 6:36 left to go. This should be a good one. Stick with us.
Wednesday night, we got your top 5 right here on WNBA.com at number 5. DeWanna feeding this one right up over the top, and Jonquel Jones gets it to drop. The Sun get it done as Bonner drops the dime at number 5. On to number 4. Same team, and this time Jasmine Thomas is doing her thing. Great extension in the basket's direction as Thomas is upon us at number 4. At 3, they don't call the Dreams Home Arena the Carter Center yet, but give it time and a couple more of these dimes. It's Kennedy Carter to Elizabeth Williams, and such a beautiful move to the baseline. Gets Atlanta in at number 3, on to number 2, and we stay at the Carter Center. I'm sticking with it. Atlanta's defense is a dream, and on the other end, it's Kennedy doing her thing. A little and one fun gets Kennedy Carter in at number 2. But at number 1, the mid-range game is all the rage. Courtney Williams high off the glass with class gently in the hoop, and more and one fun. This one lands at number 1 on the WNBA.com. Come on.
WNBA Enterprises.
Dick Fan, Elise Woodward back with you. Elise, 34-22 points in the paint. The story of the game for the Connecticut Sun, it's been Bonner, Jones, and Jones back in Seattle in all night long.
Well, they just have so much length and size, and they can go down low. And this footwork here by Bonner, just taking it over the top of Talbot after that fancy footwork.
Here's Jewel with it. Give it to Sue. 8 on the shot clock. Back to Lloyd. Lloyd gets a pick and roll to Brianna. Can she get in the scoring column? Well, she might be able to do it at the line.
And I like that mid-range game by Brianna Stewart off that pick and roll, shot clock winding down. She has had a little bit of a challenge getting into the traffic and into the bodies of 6'4", 6'6", 6'3" inside, and that time just fired up over the top of the defense from mid-range.
And Brianna has not found the bottom of the net since the 13.6 second mark in the first quarter. That's got to be some sort of record for Brianna Stewart.
Yeah, she's on an absolute tear this season. Oh, the bucket didn't want it. That touched every part of the room.
They're going to start to go down, though, for her. You know that. The question is, will it be in the next 6 minutes? Here's Jones with it. Back out Heidemann. And there's a nice step in front steal by Stephanie Talbot. Gets it off to Lloyd. She's going to coast in. Draw some contact. No call, but she's so strong she gets it to go anyway.
Wow, yeah, there was contact in the air. Jewel Lloyd feeding off it, though, and getting it up and in. She is so tough in the open court.
Jones on Stewie. Double comes, but it comes a little late and raked over the arms. The foul on Jewel Lloyd.
Stephanie Talbot with the steal, pushing it up to Jewel Lloyd, who is as good of a finisher as anyone in this league. The athleticism, the ability to hang in the air. good feed. Defense creating offense for the Storm.
Looking at it again, I think it was probably a good no call. Looked like Jewell tried to kind of go into Jones a little bit on that one. Jonquel splits the free throws, rebounded by Talbot. 1 point lead for Seattle. Talbot around a Stewart screen. Now Russell with it. Sue. Hook pass nearly intercepted, but Seattle gets it back again into the corner. Lloyd's feeling it, and she hits it. You got to feed the hot hand right now, and it's obviously number 24.
A big-time shot from Jewell Lloyd in the corner. Feet set after the ball is reversed, and she was waiting.
Jones up top. Gets by Brianna and lays it up with the right hand reverse. That was just exquisite.
She is 6'6".
Talbot. Big screen by Russell. There's the roll. She saw it a little bit late. Probably could have just corralled that with two hands. Instead, she whipped it back, and it was taken away by Connecticut, and she's late getting back. Ooh, Seattle dodged a big bullet right there. It was a 5-on-4 wide-open three for DeWanna Bonner. Sue tries to answer and does. And if Seattle goes on to win this game, that sequence right there very well is a 6-point swing.
Sue Bird, you cannot leave her open. She is a sniper from deep, especially in the fourth quarter.
Bonner around Talbot. Nice job by Mercedes Russell making it tough. And Seattle comes down with the board. Lloyd has it, and Noelle Quinn wants to take a timeout to talk things over. 74-69, but how big was that sequence for Seattle with the Bonner miss and the Bird make, Elise?
Well, Jewell Lloyd, a three ball in the corner pocket, and then shortly thereafter, Sue Bird on the left wing, nothing but net, and that is why this team is so dangerous. When Jewell Lloyd can hit the three like she is so far this season, nearly 40%, Sue Bird, you know, can knock it down. Same with Stewie. It can space the floor, and those threes add up in a hurry when you get them back to back, and it really can just drive a stake in the heart of your opponent.
Jewell Lloyd getting it done for Seattle. They've been riding her over the last few minutes as Sue Bird also chipped in with a three ball as well. This Connecticut Sun team, 5-0 on the year. Their average margin of victory, 13 points per game. And they have been dynamite on both ends of the floor. And you can see why they're 5-0. I don't even think they've played a great game tonight. I think they've played a good game tonight. And yet here they are on the road, still very much in this game against the champs, down 5.
Well, it's a tough road trip for them. They just took care of Las Vegas in a game that went down to the wire. They're out here on the West Coast, and they've had some really good moments. 4 different players in double figures. Natisha Heidemann was red hot in the first half with 4 made threes, but she has been shut out from deep here in the second half.
We got plenty of games coming up on national TV in the WNBA. It all begins tomorrow night. Aces at the Mercury right here on CBS Sports Network at 10 p.m. Eastern. You got a doubleheader on CBS Sports Network coming up on Friday. Sparks at Sky and Lynx right here in Everett taking on the Storm. And then on the 1st of June, the Mercury and the Sky and the Fever at the Storm on an ESPN2 doubleheader. Dick Fain along with Elise Woodward with you. Final 6 minutes to go in this one. Talk to me about the keys. What was Noelle Quinn? What was Gary Kloppenberg telling their team in that huddle, rather?
Well, I think for them, it's down the stretch taking care of the basketball. You have a 5-point lead, just over 4 to go, and their offense has been on point as long as they've taken care of the ball.
Brianna, air balls that might have been touched, though. And they're going to stay right here as they're going to call a foul inside after the air ball, a pushing foul on DeWanna Bonner, and she is stumped as to what the call was.
I think it was a tussle underneath for the air ball between her and Jewell Lloyd. Jewell Lloyd got to it, but that must have been too much contact in the eyes of the ref.
Here's Jewell to the window, misses that shot. Jonquel Jones comes up with it.
And that might have been the easiest shot of the quarter for Jewell Lloyd. She's hit some tough ones. That one was just laying it off glass with her strong hand.
Thomas guarded by Stewie, and we got a push off inside, and that's going to go on Brianna Jones. So 2 bad fouls on Connecticut. They dodged the bullet on one of them because Seattle was able to miss the layup. We'll see if this one costs the Sun.
And that is their 4th team foul, so the next one, Seattle in the bonus.
Jewel with it. Around to Stewie's screen. Here's Talbot. Gets a window. Goes all the way with a little running jump hook. No good.
Yeah, that has just been a tough matchup. She has been able to beat DeWanna Bonner with her first step, but she can't finish over that length.
Jones now to Thomas. It's a big possession for Connecticut. Feels very large, down 2 possessions. And bodied is Brianna Jones, and Brianna fouls Brianna. She will go to the free throw line. I will not say those 2 names 5 times fast.
No, beautiful pass there, setting up to get it to Jones, who was called for the offensive foul the last time down. She has been so good in this game. 18 points. She has not missed hardly. 9 of 12 from the floor.
But most of them early. I mean, Seattle's done a pretty good job, really, from the second quarter on. She was an absolute monster in the first quarter, as was Brianna Stewart. And it's bizarre that the 2 players that were dominating this game in the first quarter have been largely quiet. Now, Jones does have her 18, so she's been able to continue to play it relatively well offensively, whereas Stewie's still stuck at 12.
Well, this Connecticut roster, the reason why they're undefeated and have been playing so well is that length and size, and Brianna Jones is different than Bonner and Jones.
Here's Stewie inside, and she is fouled. And they were over the limit, but that's going to be a shooting foul anyway. And we'll see if Brianna can just see the ball go through the net here from 15 feet. That might help things out from the field for her in the last 3 minutes. These to get Seattle up 6. On the rim, but that one goes. You can just tell the stroke's not right now for Brianna Stewart.
Missed her first 2 free throws, able to knock that one in.
Here we go. 6-point Storm lead.
This Connecticut defense, Seattle in the first half, 46 points. Here in the second half, with 3 minutes to go, only 30 points.
Jones has it. Now to Heidemann, who has been very quiet after burying 4 threes in the second quarter. No good. Mercedes Russell. Heidemann's down. Seattle's got a 5-on-4. See if Seattle attacks. Here's Talbot. 3 ball on the way. No good. Offensive board, Brianna Stewart. Fade away. That one's no good. And now Connecticut has it, and Heidemann's still down on the other end. And finally, a timeout is called by Connecticut.
And that was a rushed possession when you have an advantage.
6-point lead for Seattle. 2:24 left.
We got your top 5 right here on WNBA.com at number 5. DeWanna feeding this one right up over the top, and Jonquel Jones gets it to drop. The Sun get it done as Bonner drops the dime at number 5. On to number 4. Same team, and this time Jasmine Thomas is doing her thing. Great extension in the basket's direction as Thomas is upon us at number 4. At 3. They don't call the Dreams Home Arena the Carter Center yet, but give it time and a couple more of these dimes. It's Kennedy Carter to Elizabeth Williams, and such a beautiful move to the baseline. Gets Atlanta in at number 3, on to number 2, and we stay at the Carter Center. I'm sticking with it. Atlanta's defense is a dream, and on the other end, it's Kennedy doing her thing. A little and one fun gets Kennedy Carter in at number 2. But at number 1, the mid-range game is all the rage. Courtney Williams high off the glass with class gently in the hoop, and more and one fun. This one lands at number 1 on the WNBA.com. Come on. 2 games of hoops on a Wednesday night. We got your top 5 right here on WNBA. WNBA.com at number 5. Dewana feeding this one right up over the top, and Jonquel Jones gets it to drop. The Sun get it done as Bonner drops the dime at number 5. On to number 4. Same team, and this time Jasmine Thomas is doing her thing. Great extension in the baskets direction as Thomas is upon us at number 4. At 3, they don't call the Dreams Home Arena.
Fan Elise Woodward back with you. 2:24 left in Everett, Washington. Seattle trying to improve to 4-1 and hand Connecticut their first loss of the young season. Jones with it, loses handle of the basketball on an errant pass, but Connecticut picks it back up. That would have been a huge turnover if Seattle could have gotten that one. That ball's kicked. Brianna said it was off of Bonner's foot. She's like, I didn't touch it, so it couldn't have been off me.
Over 1,000 fans.
Of Bonner's foot. She's like, I didn't touch it, so it couldn't have been off me.
Over 1,000 fans allowed in. There's a vaccinated section. Even with just 1,000, you can
hear the boos. A lot of refs in here tonight. Here's Jones inside and an offensive foul. A push-off by Brianna Jones, which may or may not have been a makeup call there.
You can tell that she does not like that one at all. Let's see what the call was here.
Yeah, not much there.
Yeah,
not much there.
That is not I didn't see the contact. I didn't see the elbow move off the ball. Tough break for Connecticut there.
Huge possession for the Connecticut defense here. They do not want to go down 3 possessions. 6 on the shot clock. Stewie's got it. Got to make something happen. Now Sue with it with 1. Got to get it off from 3-point range. She will. No good off the front iron.
And it was like everybody stuck in mud or quicksand. Nobody went for that offensive board. Just 1 on the shot clock. They knew Sue was going to have to force something up.
Thomas now with 10 on the shot clock. Backing in his Bonner on a smaller. Talbot gets fouled. That has just been a bad matchup for Seattle all night long.
Yeah, it's such a tough check when you've got Dewana Bonner that can beat you from the 3-point line, and then she can take you inside with that footwork. And Talbot is looking up, giving 2, maybe 3 inches in that wingspan to Bonner. That is just tough. 3-point opportunity.
Well, it's going to be a tough matchup for any team in the WNBA because Connecticut is big at the 5, big at the 4, and big at the 3. And so they're just going to be able to post up all season long.
Yeah, they play those 3 bigs together on the floor, and if Bonner's getting checked by a 3, oh, that is a tough matchup.
Sue just got run over. The foul's on Connecticut, but it was really Brianna that I think gave Sue the biggest wallop there, but only because there was a Sun player impeding her progress. And Sue will go to the free throw line for 2 shots in a 3-point game.
Yeah, it's a break for Seattle. Sue Bird.
The expressions that woman has given us on the court the last 19 years have just been classic.
Or the lip reading.
Yeah, exactly.
Very funny.
Free throw split. All right, it's money time now. 1:10 left. 4-point lead for the Storm. Thomas working in on Jewel. Great defensive possession. It looked like she got all ball, but they're going to say that there was body. Man, Jewel got a lot
so
of
the official here looking.
Here.
This is not a foul on the ball. I believe that they think that it's a block. That is the only way, because that was a clean rip from Jewel Lloyd. And then the referee is determining who initiates the contact. Is that Jewel Lloyd or is that Thomas? And they thought it was Thomas. That Jewel Lloyd not set.
First free throw's good. It's a 1-possession game again. Back irons this one. Good rebound by Brianna Stewart.
Yes,
Boxing
it
out
was.
Jones. That was huge because Jones was lurking.
Yes, she was. Those long arms ready to snag that.
Lloyd with it. Oh, splits the double team. Lay it up. No good. Tipped around. It's Connecticut basketball.
God, Seattle has got into the paint, but just has not been able to finish at a high enough percentage.
Jones for the tie. We are indeed tied. Jonquel Jones from 3. She was 0 of 4 from behind the arc going into that
rise and fire. My goodness, what a big shot by Jones, coming in averaging 18 points and 11 rebounds a game. She is over that now. She's got 23 and 12, Elise.
Huge shot by a big-time player. She is in the MVP conversation early this season, and Stewie, the other MVP in terms of consideration, getting a lot of buzz, just dropped her hands too much right here. Did not close out to get in the face of Jones. Big shot over the 7-foot wingspan of Stewie. And now we'll see what Stewie and the Storm have up their sleeve. The WNBA defines a clutch game as one in which the teams are within 5 points within the last 5 minutes. Obviously, this would be the definition of that, tied with 37 seconds to go. Both these teams are undefeated in those situations. So which team right now, the undefeated Connecticut Sun or the 3-1 Seattle Storm, is going to be able to close this out? Both these teams are trying to fight for that championship this season, and these kind of games right here go a long way in those power rankings.
So here's a question. You go 2 for 1 here? 20 seconds on the shot clock, 37.9 on the game clock. You certainly have that opportunity.
I think ideally you would love that if you can get a quick shot, absolutely. But you do not force at this point in the game. You got to go with the best available shot, whether it's a 2, whether it's a 3. They're in the bonus, so Connecticut is not going to want to foul and put them on the line. And the main thing just is to remain with the good spacing and be aggressive offensively.
This is the 7th tie of the game. There's been 5 lead changes. Seattle at 40% from the field. 45% from three-point range. That is where they've made their money today. The three-point range and the free throw line. We'll see if that continues on this possession. Jewel with it to Sue. There's the quick shot, up with 15 seconds left. That's exactly what you wanted if you were a Storm fan. Wow. A quick shot, the 2 for 1, and you've got the great Sue Bird at the free throw line.
Sue Bird, 1 of 2 from the free throw line in this one.
Get out.
Excuse me, make it 3 of 4. So now 4 of 5. I forgot about the previous when she went 2 for 2.
Seattle scored 48 of their points from the free throw line or behind the arc. Sue knocks them down.
So for Connecticut, down by 2, plenty of time. I still say best available shot.
Jones against Stewart. 15 on the shot clock. There's an 8-second differential. Bonner now, guarded by Talbot. Inside, nice layup there, Carrington. My goodness.
That's when you drop your head looking at when the double team's going to come. And so smart, Carrington, the rookie, just sneaking in behind Jewel for the easy one.
And a clutch and a good move to have her in, because she hasn't had the best game. She's only played 7 minutes, but there's been some times where you thought maybe the game was a little too fast for her tonight, and she just peekabooed right down there, laid it up and in brilliantly off the ball.
You see Jewel Lloyd got caught ball watching. Duana Bonner has been outstanding down the stretch and had a 3-point play just a few moments ago. Looking at who's coming with the double team and where are they coming from, and instead Carrington just slips right behind for the easy one. But you mentioned it, the 2 for 1 opportunity means for Seattle, they've got the last shot here if they so choose. 15.3 seconds left. Noelle Quinn, Gary Kloppenberg drawing up what they want. Last time it was a quick hitter to Sue Bird for the mid-range jumper. The MVP, Breanna Stewart, has been very quiet here in the second half of action. Had 12 in the first quarter, only has 14 total. And Jewel Lloyd has been the one that really carried him for a stretch.
That pick and roll with Breanna rolling to the basket is never a bad idea.
Stewie in the corner, 5 out.
Here's Jewel to hold. Seattle will take the last shot. 4 seconds left. Sue on the wing with 2, with 1, and they throw it away, and that ends regulation. And so for the second time in a row, the Seattle Storm are going to overtime. Back to Everett right after this.
The excitement is palpable. We're in the arena. There are fans in the building, and the future of this franchise is bright.
This team is fully together, fully healthy. Boy, they are going to be an exciting team to watch.
Well, one of those players coming back from injury, and that's Sabrina Ionescu.
Just really getting her feet wet. It's been a while since she's been able to get out and play.
Ionescu connects on her first three of the season. Nice look inside from Ionescu. Tried to gather that pass, puts up a long three herself and banks it in.
You know Sabrina Ionescu has the ball. She's going to find you.
First game of the season. The Liberty will have a chance to win this game. Tied at 87 with under 6 to go. Ball inbound to Kylie Shook. 4 seconds left. Ionescu, a long three for the win, and she gets it! Sabrina Ionescu! 0.4 seconds left. And the Liberty win the season opener here at Barclays Center by 3. Ice in her veins as she knocks it down, finishes with 25 points, 11 assists, 6 rebounds.
I had all dreamt about it last night. Try and not think about basketball too much the night before game because I get nervous and don't sleep, but I 100% had envisioned hitting a game winner. Walking into the huddle, I just was smiling because it was almost like too good to be true. I was like, I'm gonna hit this. I was just ready for the moment. You know, I've been waiting a while to get back on the court and just so happy that we were able to get this win.
Nipsey Hussle said it the best. The highest human act is to inspire, and so to be able to inspire whoever touched me in a way that I didn't know it would.
Simone Augustus, one of the smoothest offensive players.
Augustus has another one.
It's beautiful to watch.
Minnesota has the rebound. Here's Simone in transition. Giant.
Overtime in Everett, Washington. Basketball can be a strange game, Elise Woodward. They had the Connecticut Sun 0 bench points until the last bucket of regulation by Carrington. And here's Seattle, who hadn't had an overtime game since July 10th, 2018, until they played one just a couple of days ago against Dallas. And now they've got another one here tonight, 2 in a row. And Sue starts it out with a triple. That's the way you get things going for the defending champs in overtime.
Well, watching Sue Bird's body language after the turnover and the lack of execution on the last play of regulation, she came out mad, and she's like, I'm hitting this one, and she did.
Thomas to try to answer a long 2. No good. Rebound by Stewie. Sue on the push. Now to Russell. Backdoor cut. Nice pass. And Jewel finishes with the left hand and an English off the window. A 5-0 push in just 40 seconds for Seattle.
And that was a much-needed bucket in the paint for Seattle. They have a hard time converting in traffic against these bigs.
And here's Sue stepping in front of a Jonquel Jones pass. Now to Lloyd with it. Sue for a dagger early in overtime. An 8-0 run. 87-79. Timeout, Connecticut.
Oh, Sue Bird. You just knew when she went to the bench when this thing had to head to overtime. The look on her face was frustration, and she has come out and lit it up. Back-to-back threes for the legend. This is just pure. Taking a look at the defense, not near her, not closing out. And she says, all right, thanks. Pretty pass from Russell to the cutting Jewel Lloyd. Left hand spinning it off the window. And then another Sue Bird 3. Brianna Jones not close enough to affect that shot. How many times have we seen Sue Bird clutch up with some daggers late in the game?
A lot of teams have superstars. Not a lot of teams have superstars that have won multiple championships. And Seattle has
3 of them. So that makes the difference in games like this. It made the difference against Dallas the other night where they really had no business. Down 4 with 19 seconds left to win that game. It made the difference last week against Minnesota when they were down 12 with 7 minutes left to go. And it makes a difference tonight. This team just does, like you mentioned, refuses to lose.
Well, it's not over yet. That was such a quick run. 8-0 in the first minute and 3 seconds. There is still work to do. We saw Connecticut walk back a lead late in regulation. And after the timeout, a good one from Brandy Poole, who is sitting in for Kurt Miller. And we'll see if this crowd's so excited to be watching Storm basketball after they were in the Wubble to win the championship last year. We'll see if this defense can get enough stops to take this one in OT.
Carrington guarded by Birdie. Dumping it low, Jones. That's the right place to go if you're Connecticut, because that has been unstoppable all night long. 6-point game. You're exactly right. Not over because that run was so quick. They'd have put an 8-0 run and took them 4 minutes. That'd be one thing, but it only took them a minute.
Jordan Canada yet to score in this game, now on the floor.
Sue. A little strong there, but Mercedes Russell gives Seattle an extra 14 seconds to play with. Skip pass. Jordan Canada, not known for a three-point shooting. This one's off the mark, and it goes out of bounds.
And Jordan Canada has had such good production for Seattle this season. Today, they have not been able to roll this smaller lineup with the 3 guards with Sue, Jordan, and Jewel. They're trying it right now down the stretch, but Jordan's still looking for that first bucket tonight. She's 0-3.
Oh, and here Thomas with the quickness. You would think with the 3 guards, you wouldn't get beat off the dribble. You think you'd get beat inside, but boy, oh boy, Canada fell asleep there on that dribble drive.
I think she was anticipating the screen, and then Thomas just took off like a jet to the hoop, and this is the danger. 3-point opportunity will close it to within 1 possession and 3 minutes to go. Like I said, Connecticut can put points on the board in a hurry, far from over.
Up to that point, the starting guards for Seattle had 40 points. The starting guards for Connecticut had 20. Seattle in back-to-back overtime games right now for the first time since 2014. When they lost to San Antonio, coached by Dan Hughes, and then beat Washington. They're trying to get back-to-back wins here in overtime. Canada inside, 5 on the shot clock. Rihanna hasn't hit a field goal in forever until now.
Jordan Canada setting that one up, 2 feet in the paint, getting the penetration, and then kicking it out to Stewie.
Jones tries to answer. This would be big. No, Brianna Jones inside with the board. Shot partially altered. Bonner's got it. It just won't go in. There's a lid on that basket this possession.
Oh, that was some tough D, affecting the shot down low with the length of Stewie.
Jones spinning. Good pass, but mishandled, and a foul on Connecticut. My goodness.
Dodging bullets down low was Seattle's defense. This was Stewie getting her feet set and going over the top with the 3-ball of the extended reach of Jonquel Jones. Stewie at 6'4" in her length, where she releases the ball. It is you cannot block it. Even Jonquel Jones can't get out there to affect that shot.
Here's Lloyd with it, driving in, floater with the right hand, no good, tipped around. Bodies on the deck. It'll be Connecticut basketball after a loose ball foul. Boy, the problem with Connecticut tonight has been the bench. I mean, a mishandle there. The bench has 2 points the whole game on 1 of 5 from the field. Meanwhile, Seattle's got not a great bench performance, but they got 15.
And that depth as this season goes on is going to have a factor, especially with Heidemann. Looks like she turned that ankle and has not returned.
Yes. That's a big, big loss for Connecticut in this game. Obviously, already playing without Breon January. Sue with it. Around a hip check screen. Here's Brianna towing up another one, no good. Jonquel Jones uses those long arms and big body to shield off Mercedes Russell for that rebound. To the top, Jones guarded by the much smaller Canada. Three, just net it. She's feeling it right now. Jonquel Jones.
That sequence was ridiculous. That rebound, she just flew over everybody, and then at the other end, knocking down the three. Oh, keeping Connecticut in this.
10 of 19, 28 and 13. Sue partially deflected on the three-point ball, and now Connecticut can tie things up. My goodness. Brianna Jones, the screen. Thomas for three, no good. Snatched down by Jewel. Sue Bird holds up both hands, says, let's just walk it up here.
Yeah, they want to use the clock here. They need one free throw here is what they need to make it a two-possession game. We'll see where they go.
Jewel looking to go right to the rack, maybe get those free throws. Bullet pass inside, shot blocked by Brianna Jones. What a great off-the-ball play by Jones.
Can't give up a three here. Wait till 5 seconds and foul.
Here's Thomas with it, with 5 seconds, and they throw it away! Oh my goodness, Jasmine Thomas was looking in to Brianna Jones. They were going to have to kick it out anyway, right? Brianna Jones was not going to turn and score in a three-point game. So an interesting decision even to pass the ball inside to a posting up Jones, because there was no open three-point shooter there. Interesting.
It is one of those that defenses, we saw before where Jewel Lloyd dropped her head when the ball went in the post and a player went free. You can free up a three-point shooter, but Seattle right there doesn't have to worry about it because the ball goes out of bounds, the turnover forced, and Seattle has the ball with a three-point lead. Now it's just about designing something to make sure the ball gets inbounds. They had a struggle against Dallas at times to get the ball inbounds. Stewie was the one that was taking it out. She's such a presence if you just seal at the top with her length to just throw it into her. We'll see what they do with Noel Quinn, Gary Kloppenberg over there in place of Dan Hughes, who's out attending his son's graduation. And congratulations to Bryce, by the way, graduating
Absolutely.
from Air Force and played hoops there, and he's going to be a commissioned officer now.
Wow.
So phenomenal. He must be a proud papa, but
he's going to be a proud papa of a basketball team if they can hold on to this three-point lead here, because they've gutted this one out. No question about it, against a very game Connecticut Sun basketball team playing 3,000 miles away from home.
Are you not entertained, people?
I am.
Seriously, the Seattle Storm, the last 3 games, we had no idea who's going to win all the way down to the final seconds.
So you've got the best passer in WNBA history if you want to inbound the basketball, but instead they might want her to catch the basketball instead and go to the free throw line. Either her or Jewel Lloyd would be great options for Seattle at the stripe. Talbot trying to get it in. They find Jordan Canada over the top. She's just going to run out the clock. How about that? And Seattle is going to come away with the win and hand the Connecticut Sun their first loss of the game, of the season rather. They're going to review. Hold on a second. They're going to review to see the clock went to zeros. The buzzer went off, but they're going to say, let's hold on and let's just make sure we got this right.
The officials want to see if that foul on Jordan Canada came before the game clock ran out. So she caught it with 3.9 seconds. They're coming to attempting to foul, which really, for all intent and purposes, this is over.
Because she's going to shoot a free throw with like 0.1 left anyway.
And you miss it on purpose. Right here, I mean, it looks like 0.3. You cannot attempt a shot with 0.2 or 0.3 in
That's
a catch
correct.
and shoot mode, and off of a missed free throw, I mean, it's over.
The game, for all intents and purposes, is over. We just don't know if the clock is going to triple zeros yet. See, she gets it there. Now, when does the referee raise his hand? It's when the ref raises the hand for the foul, not when the foul necessarily is committed. That looks like it's over to me. All right. Well, Jordan Canada gets an opportunity to get on the scoreboard. She has no points
Not
tonight.
enough team fouls in overtime. So Seattle will have to inbound this ball.
You're right. So Sue to inbound this time. They had Talbot inbounding the last inbound.
All Sue has to do is bang it off the leg of a defender.
That's exactly right. She throws it into Brianna, and that is it. And now Seattle has handed Connecticut their first loss of the season in overtime. But a heck of a game played by the Connecticut Sun tonight. But Seattle gets the win to go to 4-1 on the year, led by the 21 points by Sue Bird and 19 by Jewel Lloyd. But how about Jonquel Jones tonight for Connecticut? 28 points, 13 rebounds. Brianna Jones, 19 tonight. But it's Seattle with the victory. Back on Friday from Everett. Good night, everybody.